Hey everyone, DadGFN here, and I've got another unboxing video as you can see here, and it's another Amazon parcel, and I think you can guess already from the title what this is, but yeah, let's get this opened and look inside. Alright. Okay, let's see. I can already see a bit of it. Oh my god. There it is. That is the Art of Amphibia. I have been waiting for so long for this, and even more so because Amazon delayed my parcel, but it's finally here. So yeah, let's get this up on a better view place to look at it, and yeah, let's see what's inside. Alright, here it is. If I'm talking a bit quieter, it's because it's really late at night and I'm recording this way too late because Amazon took forever to get this thing shipped over here, so this is the only time I had available, but yeah. The Art of Amphibia. This thing is incredible. It's also, if you don't have this book already, it is extremely heavy. Like, this is a really heavy book. Like let me just to bring it up for comparison, this is my Art of Over the Garden Wall, and it's about the same in terms of weight as this book is. It's pretty heavy, which, you know, means that it's got a lot of stuff in it. Though both of these books are pretty light still in comparison to this, which is The Art of DuckTales. And of course I have the deluxe model here, and this thing was much heavier, but that's another thing. But yeah, let's look at this book and see what's inside. Get Lost in Amphibia, and it's got the planter's home in Wortwood there. And let's see what it says here over here. Immerse yourself in the artwork behind the magical world of Disney Channel's hit series and animated show Amphibia. This collection contains hundreds of rare drawings, sketches, and paintings from across all 3 seasons, all curated by series creator Matt Brelli. Explore the thought process behind some of the show's most iconic locations and characters with testimonials from crew members and exclusive interviews. The sumptuous artwork revealed in these pages will transport you to the swampy, magical, and terrifying world of Amphibia all over again. Relive the unforgettable journey of Anne and her friends with this comprehensive visual guide. Foreword by Brenda, song written by Drew Taylor, and yeah, let's open it up. Aw, I missed them all. The Amphibia opening, this artwork was just incredible. This is probably one of the reasons why I love this show so much. The artwork in this show was beyond amazing. Well, you can see, like, these are storyboards from the first episode, so Anne or Beast. So you got the beginning of the episode while they're walking back home, you know, the first glimpses of Polly. You got Anne, her first encounter with Sprig. That's that is a storyboard that Amphibia fans probably are forever terrified by. If you know, you know. Anne's first night in Amphibia, surrounded by bugs. The cane episode. Oh my god, a lot of people don't watch it as much or like it as much, but I love season 1 of Amphibia. The goofiness of that first season was unmatched. Oh, you see we got here content. So we've got the Foreword by Brenda, song development, the Amphibia that never was, season 1 art, season 2, season 3, and crew artwork. Oh my god, this thing is incredible. Okay, here we got the Foreword by Brenda, song. So you got the beautiful artwork of Anne and Sprig, and then we got the foreword here with stuff by written by Brenda. Amphibia changed my life. From Brenda, song, voice of Anne. When I first saw a sketch of Anne Boontroy with only one shoe on and leaves in her hair, I felt an immediate kinship and connection with her. I felt like I knew her right away. I could see the quirky, dry sense of humor. I could see how brave she was, even if she didn't know it herself yet. There was so much detail and story in this one image. I was blown away. I wanted to know more about Anne, and I most definitely wanted to meet the person who created her. At that point, I hadn't done a lot of voiceover work, so I was a bit nervous for my audition. But the moment I stepped into that boot and met Matt Browley for the first time, I immediately understood why this show was so special. It's because Matt Browley is so special. Not only is he an incredible artist, but his warmth and kindness mixed with his witty sense of humor is the true heart of Amphibia. He built a world where being different is not just okay, it's celebrated. After my audition, I remember thinking that even if I didn't get the part, I'm so happy that Anne and Amphibia existed in this world. Thank goodness that wasn't the case, and I had the privilege of voicing Anne for 3 glorious seasons. I remember the first time Matt invited me over to the studio to see some finished episodes. Until then, I had been recording from scripts and I hadn't seen any completed art. I cannot explain how floored I was after I watched the opening credits. It was so beautiful. The landscapes, the characters, the attention to detail. I literally wanted to take a screenshot, print it out, frame it, and put it over my mantle. I had never seen a show look like this. You could feel and see how much love and care was put into every detail. Every frame was a true work of art. It made me look at animation through completely different eyes. The world that Matt and the entire Amphibia crew worked so tirelessly to bring to life is truly so unique, spectacular, and weird in the best ways. Amphibia changed my life and will always have a special place in my heart. I will be forever grateful to be part of this family. Thanks for letting this little girl live out her anime dreams, Matt. Yeah, she pretty much nails it perfectly. Amphibia, oh my god, Amphibia was, like, I remember when I first saw the first trailer for Amphibia, I instantly was hooked on this show too. And, well, yeah, development, what could have been. Okay, let's see. I'm not going to go through everything, obviously, because then, what's the point of buying this book? And I definitely want people to buy this book because it can give, Disney an indication that there's a demand for art books. But yeah, so we got some other images of early Amphibia concepts and stuff. We've got... oh yeah, I remember that. Remember when that pilot leaked back when it was called Amphibiland? And we've got like some drawings and stuff here. We've got the many sprigs. I remember back then, does it mention here, back then he was known as Weed. And that became a meme in the Amphibia fandom. That was pretty funny. Got all these sprig designs. Season 1. I love season 1 still so much. This season was the best obviously the later seasons were great, but season 1 has so many amazing things about it. When world building, start with the characters. Yep, that's so true. Just, oh my god, I remember, oh yeah, the carving of oh man, I wish Disney didn't spam release season 1 of Amphibia as fast as they did, because yeah, there was so much that this show could have had. It could have, like, the second the Owl House began, Amphibia just always fell second short to it. Like, they would always, like, I was one of those people who disliked it when Amphibia aired alongside the Owl House, because the Owl House always stole the spotlight. Like, I wish this show had more time to develop and have a fandom grow of its own. But the way that Disney aired it out was it just didn't allow that, and it sucks so much that happened. But I'm still so glad that Amphibia got so many fans and so many people to watch it still, and still does. And yeah, you can see here, there's some more Amphibiland concepts until it changed to Anne of Amphibia, and then the final look of Amphibia. I kind of like this design, to be honest, a lot, because, you got a mix of the old map of Amphibia, and then you got Anne's phone there, so a bit of a mix of new and old. The original opening of the show with the intro. This takes me back so much. I miss those early days when I was watching Amphibia for the first time and stuff. So you got, like, here, early designs. Matt based Anne's hair off his grandmother, so you can see Matt's grandmother there. You got some early designs for her. I miss season 1 Anne. Like, the show's obviously, its whole story was developing Anne and making her a better person by the end of the show, but there was something about season 1 Anne and her, the way her attitude was that I just missed so much. So you got some early designs for Anne. So, Catholic school style vest, Then there was a later skull butterfly shirt, slightly too big t-shirt. And then there's Anne from, I think, the Amphibia and pilot. So, she definitely came a long way from her early designs. And, I kind of really love the way, the final design of Anne in the end. And let's see what this is. It says, cool people walk around like this. Oh, Anne. Oh, that's a pretty nice design. So that's an early design so there's some early Hop Pop designs. Kind of like with Grunkle Stan. I'm glad they didn't make him look too old, but they left him in this sort of middle ground where he's old, but he definitely still has a bit of a kick to him, so you can still enjoy that part about him. Early designs of Polly. Oh man, Polly was the best. I always loved her chaotic nature. Like that was something. She was sort of like Mabel if she had access to nukes. Which, that's probably a bit of an overkill example of Polly, but there's that. But yeah, so I'm okay. I'm not going to show everything, obviously, but I'm just going to skip ahead until I find some other part that I want to show off. Okay, wow, this is cool. Man, Stakeout. There's some art designs from Stakeout. This was probably one of the first episodes of Amphibia that really got me to just really love this show. Like, to see the chaoticness and difference of it. It's like that whole montage of Anne and Hop Pop just going insane, thinking that it's still probably one of my favorite episodes to rewatch. Like that was probably one of the best. Of course, Domino too. There's the real Domino, Anne's cat, based off of Matt Burley's beloved pet of the same name, and there's the real life Domino. And there's Domino 2 with her adorable looking design, and later on that. Actually, hold up. While we're on the subject of Domino and, of course, the planters, of course, I had to. Domino plush. I'm probably going to keep these two on the other side just because, that is a mood right there. And just sleep deprived after reading that entire manual for Bessie. Okay, so I skipped ahead. So now we got the Sasha page, and we got some early designs of Sasha. And so again, like, Sasha was another really interesting character from the show. Like, she started off as sort of like Anne's bully type friend, but she really grew in towards the end. But again, similarly to season 1, and there's a lot of season 1 Sasha that I miss, and those first episodes with her and then later on by the end of that season were hilarious. They were great. And you can see some really cool designs of her. We've got, of course, Grime, and then the Toad Tower and whatnot, the horrifying blue hair, the herring and stuff. So yeah, that was really cool. And of course, everybody who remembers season 1 of Amphibia remembers the ending of that reunion when Lean on Me is playing, and Sasha sacrifices herself, quote unquote, to save Anne. Oh my god, that was probably the day I realized Amphibia was a lot more. But there's still a lot more to tell. But yeah, that was a great episode. Speak of the devil, there it is. There's the storyboard sequence for reunion. You can just hear it. You can just hear Lean on Me playing right there. Oh my god, that scene, this entire sequence. Oh my god, that God, that brings me back, man. That takes me back to summer of 2019 when this aired. Oh my god, that was a great episode, man. And then season 2, Beyond the Valley. This is a nostalgia trip for me. Like, it's like I miss season 1 of Amphibia and then those early days of the show so much. There's a bit of a part of me that misses when Amphibia was still a bit of a niche show and not having this huge fandom that it kind of does now. Then again, that's just me. I enjoy smaller fandoms and more tight-knit communities, and yeah. But man. Oh, there she is, General Yunan. We all know the copy pasta. Of course, I couldn't skip to the later parts without going over, of course, Wax Museum, and the fact that this, of course, is Amphibia's homage to Gravity Falls. So there you go. Frog Stan and Frog Seuss was one of the few times I really had to nail a show reference in a design. It was tricky at first, but I worked with Matt to make sure their silhouette matched with with their Gravity Falls counterparts, and then that's by Brandon Wu, who is a character designer. And oh, okay, that was the only page about it. But now we go on to, of course, everyone's favorite, Marcy Wu. And so you got some early designs of Marcy. I still remember when the season 1, finale aired, and we didn't know anything about what Marcy was like because the show didn't show anything about her besides the smug Marcy face when Anne was still in the music box. But it's like everybody wondered what Marcy was going to be like, and eventually, there was debates about was she going to be a bit of a nerdy character or more of a Sasha type character or something else. And in the end, like the balance that they had of her being that nerdy dorky character but still pretty interesting, fun to watch, and just great, that never gets old. Her introduction at the end of Marcy at the Gates was amazing. The arrival in Utopia, oh my god, that is a beautiful image right there. That is just, oh my god, that art is incredible. And then there's, of course, just dead Marcy. Oh god. And then of course there's Legs in 2 months, Polly's just greatest moment there. Sprig, of course, not trusting Marcy there still. Then we got baby Anne. You can see it in her smile. Through that smile, she's hiding the tears of not wanting to eat baby carrots. Oh man. Let's see. Then Utopia University. That was a pretty funny episode. Oh, and then the murder mystery episode with Hop Pop. Oh boy. And here we are. Hopping Mall. This was the episode that changed it all. And yeah, there it's mentioned. I'm mainly known for comedy bits, but I feel so honored the team trusted me with such an emotional ending. Oh my god. That episode, that ending, that was such a shocker. And oh god. That was the moment Amphibia changed for me, man. That was when I realized even more so that this show was gonna do something big at the end of the season, and man, did it deliver. That ending will never... Oh my god. 2020 was a horrible year, but Amphibia made it just that little bit better. Well, here we are at True Colors now, and of course the fight between Anne and Sasha, the revelation about King Andreas, that horrifying storyboard with, him, with Andreas getting the box from Anne, and then of course Marcy and, the revelation with her. That was such a horrifying scene, man. Oh my god. And then, and discovering her powers, that amazing music that played during that scene. Oh god, I can't believe that was so many years. That was like 4 years ago now, and the delay and the memes with that happened. True Colors, the leak. And then of course there is you all know what that is. I don't even need to say it. And then season 3 takes us back to Los Angeles, and well, season 3 has a lot of mixed views. People love it, some people don't as much love it. I kind of wish that season 3 had more discussion about the events that had just transpired, and more emphasis on, how things were like after, the months that the girls were gone. But, we all know what happened. And there's a bit about the change of the theme song, and then the design, Marcy and her medical equipment type stuff, the change with Sasha, the attack of the robots, the human characters that were introduced, Anne's parents, of course. Oh, the end credits. That was another thing as well. The end credits for season 3, like I remember at first people were not as interested about the change, but god, oh my god, those end credits were beautiful. The remixed version of the Amphibia end credits were also pretty. It grew on me eventually, and I really did love it. And yeah, god, man, this is just a nostalgia trip. This book, man, it just takes you back so much. Oh, there's Mr. and Mrs. Boonchoy. Man, there's, yep. everyone feels it, man. Mr. Bunchoi. I definitely like some of these designs. Like there's something, of course, there's the final look of Anne, but I definitely like, you know, some of her mixed with the hoodie type design. That's pretty cool. Sprig with the hoodie. That's pretty funny as well. That's actually a pretty cool design as well. You know, different styles of Anne. Like here she is with like a full hoodie. The designs. Mr. X arrives. He was a fun character. Then here we got Sprig's birthday and them falling to their death. I love how they picked that storyboard to show in the book. That was probably one of my favorite scenes in that episode. And them flying around in that horrifying clown balloon. And that is a legendary moment right there. You can see like that moment where she reveals herself to Mr. X. That was crazy. That was an amazing moment. And of course that was the beginning of the end, because that was the start of season 3B. And Amphibia was just episodes away from ending. Okay, so of course we've got the reveal of Darcy. Oh my god, that is horrifying. That like the what is that? Let me just zoom in on that. Is that like Darcy with okay, there's black lines. I thought there was red lines there, but that would have been horrifying of a design for her to have. Like, oh my god. Then again, that's probably why it's a rich unused design. Oh god, that is, man, Marcy's going to be the chiropractors for years after this. Okay, skipping ahead to the final episode, The Hardest Thing. We've got, you know, the designs for Anne, Marcy, and Sasha in their calamity power mode. And, you know, then, oh god, the moment, you know, Anne makes the ultimate sacrifice and dies. And, you know, technically speaking, Anne is technically dead. You know, remember, like, the way they explained her returning was that, you know, the entity, that thing in the sky, you know, made a backup of her. So the Anne that we knew in the show is dead. She's gone. And the Anne that came back is that clone that, you know, was created using all of her memories and designs. So, yeah. Anne's probably going to have an existential crisis over that for the rest of her life. But then there's the design. That was a beautiful ending. I still love the ending for The Hardest Thing. Like, The Hardest Thing and the way that the episode ends with, you know, of course, the revelation that the girls cannot ever return. A lot of Amphibia fans dislike that because, you know, they want it to be a return and stuff. But I always loved the way Amphibia ended for that symbolism of, you know, the show is the whole theme of Amphibia is past friendships and how, you know, friends come and go in your life. And Amphibia for Anne and the girls was that. It was a part of their life, and they've now moved on from it. It's a past part of their life and friendships that they made, and the ending of that all. And oh my god, that ending, man. How has it been so many years? And the box breaking and disappearing, and the overall ending. And of course, you know, older Polly grown up. Aww, Sprig holding up. Aww. Oh, and I love how they counteract the cuteness of Sprig there with just an affront against nature. What were you thinking, Brawley? What was that? Then of course we got some future designs of the girls. So you've got like future Marcy there, you know, 10 years later Marcy, 10 years later Sasha, you know, designs of Anne's outfit for her job there, and then later of course crew artwork. Man, this book is beautiful. Then there's the various artwork by the crew. There's that. Oh man, this is amazing. Oh, there's some of the posters, I guess, for episodes. I remember seeing some of these posters. They were amazing. You got crew art there, and then Joe Sparrow's sketchbook. Yeah, in case you don't know, Joe Sparrow is actually a crew member, so the Sparrow, Joe Sparrow, is named after him, just kind of like how Aoshima is named after John Aoshima, who worked on Gravity Falls, and then there's some designs with them, and well, oh. Chains can be difficult, but it's how we grow. And Bunchoi. And that is the Art of Amphibia. The I love that. Oh, that's a funny ending. Caricature of the Amphibia production team. Wait, I think that's Matt Brelli on the Then there's the entire team. Show creator Matt Brelli, foreword Brenda song, and then the writers, cover art, Tokyo Pop as the publisher, and just, oh my god, this book is amazing. And yeah, and then it ends. So it starts with the gang and ends with that beautiful ending for True Colors. What is there to say, man? This book was so worth the wait, and I'm definitely going to be reading through it more so just to see if you more properly read through everything that's in here. But I love this book so much. I love art books, and the Art of Amphibia, if there was any show from that era that deserved an art book, it was definitely Amphibia. This show's artwork was amazing. It blew my mind back when it aired, and it still does now. It's definitely up there in terms of, you know, art books that got here alongside, you know, the Art of Over the Garden Wall. This thing is amazing as well. And yeah, we've now got an Amphibia art book to counterpart it, and of course the DuckTales art book over there. And of course, you know, inevitably I'm going to say it, but I really, really wish Gravity Falls could get an art book, because again, this is another example of a Disney cartoon with beautiful artwork that definitely deserved an art book, and the art book delivers on what it was intended for. And just imagine what a Gravity Falls art book would be like. I mean, Matt Braley's work was amazing in Gravity Falls, and it shows in terms of, you know, his work in Amphibia. And man, this is just amazing. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video. I don't know when the next Amphibia book is going to be coming out. It's probably going to be years, and probably a year more onwards, and who knows, you know, what's going to be the future holds there. But I think I heard Matt Braley mention he wants to do like an Amphibia graphic novel, so that's going to be pretty cool to see when that happens. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all I got to say on this video. And if you're not watching Amphibia yet, watch Amphibia, man. This show rocks. It is amazing. Underrated. Okay, bye.